Hello, look at what came in the mail today. Yeah, let's see what we got. Some fun stuff going on. Some new upgrades. It's been a while since I did an update for my setup. This package right here, which I'm really excited for. Ooh, look at this. It is so small. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for this. As you guys may or may not know, when I first started streaming, I was trying to look up setup. PewDiePie's old stream setup. He had this little mini keyboard that was white. It was RGB. It looked so freaking cute and I had to get one. And so I got that one. And then later on, I actually upgraded to a full-size keyboard because it is kind of nice to have a full-size keyboard right here. No, this is not a full-size keyboard. Just kidding. It is missing some stuff. We're going back to a mini-size keyboard. And it's going to be nice to bring this around, especially when I'm traveling. Because when I'm traveling, I like to have my keyboard with me. Using the laptop keyboard kind of sucks. Looking good. Packaging has always been very sleek, clean, minimal. And here we go. And sometimes when I do these videos, I always think, what if I actually hit the start stream button instead of the start record button? Because I'm recording it with my OBS. And yes, let's start off with that. OBS is my favorite software to use. Never, ever had an issue with it. Works great, and it's free. I have the Roccat Vulcan that I've been using for, I think it's been like 2 years now. And I love it. I love it so much. But let's start with the clickies. This one is going to be the sound of my current keyboard. This microphone is so good that it usually doesn't pick up background noise, but let me try. And this one is going to be the new Vulcan II Mini. So listen. Oh man, I wish I still had my ASMR set up, but I sold it all because I stopped doing the ASMR stuff because it was really loud where I was recording. But anyways, I hope the microphone was able to pick up the sound for you guys. This is an optical keyboard, and you may have heard of optical versus mechanical. And the difference between the two, well, the gist of it is how the key press is registered. For optical, they use infrared lighting, so it means the clicks are quieter and it registers faster. I honestly don't really mind the difference between the two. I do like quieter, but sometimes, you know, I kind of like the clicky sounds as well. It's like an ASMR therapeutic thing. Now, if you look at the keyboard, I kind of get thrown off a little bit because I keep thinking there's a plastic layer to peel off of it, but that wouldn't make sense. Actually, multi-dimensional looking because there's an anodized aluminum layer on top, and it really adds a multi-dimensionality to it, and it's kind of like beveled towards the edges. I'll show you guys and compare it to my old keyboard that I have. Definitely in terms of look, I would say it is an upgraded look of more of a sophisticated design rather of more of like a plain basic one for the other one. For a 65 mini keyboard, this is already in my good graces because it has directional keys, okay? My previous one did not have directional keys and it was really annoying when I would play games sometimes. The keys feels nice and sturdy. This is gonna translate to 100 million click lifespan. And here's something that this keyboard is bragging about. It is the world's first dual LED smart switches with 30 keys featuring an additional LED indicating secondary function. I'll get into that what that means in a bit, but let me see if we can find it and test it out. Ah, okay, I figure it out now what they meant by that. So we all know what the function button is, and if you don't worry, I'll explain it to you really quickly. So function button is really important, especially when you have a smaller keyboard because you don't really have as much keys as a normal keyboard. So you would hit the function button and it would activate another function on a key. So for example, you know, the 1 is also can be functional as F1, the 2 can be functional as F2, and down at the bottom right here where the M, comma, and the period is, it can be used as a mute button, lower the sound, or increase your sound volume. But what this keyboard has and what it's bragging about is that when you hit the function button, the secondary LED is going to indicate to you that the function button is now activated. See, just small little details like this, that kind of makes it really nice. Now, what I really, like I said, I really like the arrow keys have been kept because for my other keyboard, they removed the arrow keys, so I had to hold the function button in order to do the up, down, left, right on a game that I was playing, and it was really freaking annoying. So thank you, Roccat, for keeping the directional keys. I want to make a comment about the actual entire keyboard itself. It feels pretty light, but at the same time, it feels sturdy. It does not feel cheap at all. I'm the type of person who will sometimes just throw things into my backpack. It gets compressed with other stuff that's in there, and I have confidence if I'm going to travel with this, this is going to be very durable. All right, let's look at the little likies because if you don't want it flat on your desk, that's fine. You can adjust the height if you like to. One height right here. There you go. I don't know what's up with that sound effect. But it has 3 heights from what I'm looking at right now. So when it's flat, when it's a little bit higher, and then one it's even higher. There you go. I personally just keep my keyboard flat. And if you're into customizing your keyboards, which is something I need to get into because my community does it and it's really cool, it does have the cross shave. Here, I'm going to rip it out for you. Goodbye, letter J. And it won't be compatible with most third-party keycaps. Maybe someday in the future we'll get into that. I heard it gets expensive though. Also, if you have other Roccat peripherals like your mouse and your mouse pad that light up, you can actually sync all the lights up together so you have a nice, fluid, comprehensive lighting design. And lastly, there is 4 MB storage on here as well to store your profiles. I believe it has up to 5 different profiles. So if you have one profile that you don't want someone to mess with, you create a second one for your sibling, your friend, your significant other, and things like that. A quick comparison with a competitor. So we have the Vulcan II Mini here. We're comparing to 3 other brands. Looking at the price right there, it does sell for $149.99. And in my opinion, it's a little bit more than what I would want to spend. However, if you go on their website, they do have a 10% off right now if you sign up. And that's more in line with how much I would be okay with spending. Now, looking at the difference right there, we have, again, has the arrow keys, which is really nice. It's a 65% mini keyboard. You don't have to worry about holding the function button while doing your up, down, left, right directional keys, especially when you're playing a game that requires it. We have 100 million lifespan for the clicks, and they do brag about being the world's first 30 dual LED smart keys. Now, I'm going to be very honest, the dual LED, where it tells you the function key has been activated, that doesn't really matter too much to me, to be honest, but I do like how there is 30 additional keys for the function. And like I said, you don't have to use the function key for the arrows. Now let's get on with the stream setup and the tour. However, my cameraman just went to the grocery store, so I'm just going to continue editing this video until he comes back. All right, these files are taking forever to transfer. Let's just test out the keyboard with a little bit of...
Another day, another battlefield.
Nice! We won! I wonder if it's because of the keyboard. Okay. All right.